Viewers, it's your friend Sree Iyer again, back to talk about cricket and everything cricket. Let's talk about the recently concluded IPL 2020. It's been talked that at least a few matches, the decisions were questionable, the way the outcomes came about, that there are questions about it. I don't know if anybody is investigating into it. It behooves the ICC to look into these matches. I've already mentioned this in one of my earlier hangouts. So that let us keep that aside. One of the things that is really concerning me is what one member of the COA, erstwhile COA, wrote about in a article. He said that the BCCI is being controlled by Amit Shah and Srinivasan, and that the BCCI has financial problems. Now, let's try and look at that statement and take one by one. Well, if Ajay Shah, the son of Amit Shah, is now the General Secretary of BCCI, it doesn't come as a surprise if somebody claims that Amit Shah is controlling the BCCI. Well, for the longest time, we've had politicians control. There's no surprises in there. Mr. Jaitley's son now is the president of DDCA. Never mind the credentials that that person may have in running a cricket administration. We all know how Bishan Singh Bedi and Kirti Azad, both cricketers of repute, had completely panned the DDCA under Arun Jaitley. That never was resolved. There were a lot of allegations of corruption. Nothing ever got looked into. Now let's take a look at the second allegation that he's saying, that N. Srinivasan is controlling cricket. I don't know if that bears the truth. I have no idea if he's controlling cricket or not. All I know is that his team has done very, very poorly this year, and there were some questionable absentees, people who were in the training camp but they chose to leave. So certainly some churn going on there. So I'd reserve my judgment on that. On the third thing that he mentioned, that the finances of BCCI are not in order or some people have not been paid, there is some truth to that. According to my information, now, the associations, all the state associations are entitled to 27% of the revenues that the BCCI gets. Now, these revenues are distributed on an annual basis. Guess what? 2017 was the last year this money was disbursed. 2018, 2019, and 2020, that money has not been provided to the cricket associations. Likewise, the contract for the 2020 Ranji Trophy, because of COVID perhaps, have not been signed. We don't know whether they are going to be signed. We don't know if there's going to be a season this year or is it going to be completely wiped out and they'll reset it and start in 2021. We don't know that. Now, as to coming to the matter of the finances of BCCI, there have been a couple of court judgments that have gone against the BCCI. For one, it's the illegal termination of Deccan Chargers by the BCCI, and they have been awarded 4,800 crores. And that comes to close to $700 million, according to my calculations. You know, it's okay if my numbers are a little bit off here. The number of 4,800 crores has been awarded by the Mumbai High Court. And they are saying that the termination of Deccan Chargers was illegal. Guess who bought it? The Sun Network, the Marans brought it from them, and now the team goes by the name of Hyderabad Sunrisers. How did they not do due diligence on this one? It really beats me. Now, there is one other information here. I don't know if you have read this article or not, but it appeared in PGurus. Tim Wright himself, who was a manager with the Deccan Chargers, he has been fighting for what are his salaries that was promised by the Deccan Chargers, and that, along with the interest accrued, is around 17 million dollars or pounds. I don't remember, but it's a very big number. That has not been settled. In fact, his case has never been looked at by any court of any level in Andhra Pradesh seriously. You should read that article. If anybody is nervous about investing in India, they can find the answers, they can find the justifications in that article as to how Tim Wright was given the runaround. Now, there's one other instance of similar nature. Kochi Tuskers have also fought their illegal termination, and a court ruled that they should be paid 800 crores, and that was in 2017. The interest may have accrued from since then, maybe 1,000 crores now, I don't know. But there are all these payments pending that the BCCI has not given. What I'm concerned about is today, maybe there is a good supply of players, but if you look 5 years down the road, if the associations do not have money to prepare proper pitches, then the quality of the people coming through the system is going to start suffering. So I really am concerned for India's cricket, and I have no idea how BCCI is going to manage. They have not really come out with their numbers on how they have been doing. All we hear is that BCCI may decide to go back to Dubai and conduct the tournaments next year too. For God's sake, if you are having financial problems, why do you want to fly the entire entourage to Dubai, put them up in expensive five-star hotels and conduct the games there? Why not do it in India itself? After all, this year they could have saved a fair amount of money. There are no spectators watching these games. So that is out of the equation. There's no need for anybody to come to the stadium. All it is the bare minimum TV crews, cameras, and some noise-making equipment, if you will. So if that is what is needed to conduct these games, why was India not the chosen destination for Indian Premier League? Lots of questions, nobody there to answer. The BCCI considers itself as a private body that does not have to be answering to anyone, including the Supreme Court, although the Supreme Court has been trying to get them under to start behaving like an Indian company and an Indian entity. I don't know when that will happen, but be that as it may, I have one question for this writer who was a member of COA. Why doesn't he want to reveal the names of the cricketers, the names of the 13 cricketers who are alleged to have been involved in match fixing in 2013? I don't know why that sealed envelope has disappeared in the desks of the Supreme Court judges. Nobody wants to talk about it, and the game goes on. And now, instead of the Congress running the government, instead of the Congress running BCCI, you now have the BJP running the BCCI, because Mr. Ajay Shah is the general secretary of the national body. How does he have the experience to do this thing? Nobody should ask these questions, you see. The BCCI runs itself. All they need to do is to bring some CEO who gets to do everything, and all these titular posts, all these people, God knows what they are doing. These are honorary positions, but yet there is a keenness to become presidents of various cricket organizations that you wouldn't believe the kind of catfights that take place. So there is something there that is missing. I have tried to answer all these things in my book, Who Painted My Lust Red? Yes, this is a pitch for my book. Please buy it. It is available now in paperback and hardbound, and we have also reduced the prices. I hope you find it useful, because I trace this thing in a fictional story, how this whole tamasha started. As to how India is going to be doing in Australia, I leave it to you. There are so many things, there are so many questions that come to my mind, but no one is there to answer. For example, the team of Tim Paine and Justin Langer, they were not on the same page when Tim Paine won the toss on the final test in the last tour of England and decided to field, having taken the field last in the previous test that ended 4 days before. One would have thought that his bowlers would be tired, that he would want to give them a break. They were already up. Why bother putting them through the rigmarole? I would have just having won the toss on a road front of a wicket, I would have chosen to bat. Imagine the horror and surprise on Justin Langer's face when Tim Paine says, we are going to field. Wait, what's going on? What did you smoke before you went out to toss? Anyway, these are questions that nobody wants to answer. All sorts of things are happening under the smoke screen. Everybody is being shown that, oh, this is great cricket. I don't think so, but this is my opinion. To know really the truth, you have to be a keen watcher of this game. And by now, because of all the other shenanigans that are happening, I don't know. I think I would just watch it for entertainment value, just like I would perhaps look at worldwide wrestling federations fights. Those, they at least are honest about it. They say these are staged fights and each one throwing the other one down to the ground. In cricket, they still try to make it look as if there is a contest. First of all, the bat has won the contest over the ball a long time ago, and now the contest appeared to be something other than being fair. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe to PGurus channel, and I hope you like my book, you purchase it. You can buy it in ebook form if you're not in India. If you're in India, you can buy the paperback and the hardboard versions. All of them are available in Amazon India. Thanks for watching and good luck.